Bro, I've been, I've been, I've been laughing for the last few minutes, bro. Cause y'all won't take nothing serious, fam. We've been talking about these drones, and you know what comment I saw somebody say? Chuck Norris is responsible for the drones. Oh man. Bro, y'all gotta chill, man, and take things serious sometimes. Y'all play too much, man. Listen, bro, we back trying to figure out what's happening, what's going on, man. More is being revealed. People are still speaking out and trying to figure out what's going on, and we realize that it's not just us, man. Overseas, they feeling it too. They seeing things, and it's happening all over, man. Take things serious for a change, y'all. Gosh.
Flying back from Colorado, and I just refueled in the panhandle of Texas in my small airplane, and I was flying back to Houston on an instrument flight plan, and we were in clear air, and I was about 9,000 feet, and suddenly, out of nowhere, these two big metallic spherical orbs, one on top of the other, about 3 feet in diameter each, went zipping by the left side of my airplane, right underneath, about 20 feet away. And I got a good look at them only for a second. And, it happened so quick, there wasn't even a chance to get scared, but it could have been a bad result if they had actually hit me. So
what do you think it was?
That was mysterious. It wasn't on radar. Air traffic control certainly didn't alert me. It wasn't on my display that shows other airplanes that are participating with the FAA required transponders. So I don't know what it was. My first guess is it's some kind of a military program, a drone of some kind. But it's hard to say, right? I think they could be a little more transparent. I think they could tell us what they know. I mean, and like I said, if they really don't know, that's a little more disconcerting, right? I mean, shouldn't they know? I mean, how could we have the best, most advanced military and capabilities, technological capabilities in the world, and if they don't know, that's even more disconcerting, right? And
that just makes things even more scarier, bro. A NASA astronaut is sitting here recanting, recalling his experience that he saw when he was up there and what he's seen. And it wasn't even, it happened so fast, he ain't even get a chance to be scared, bro. And he's wanting transparency. If a NASA astronaut can't get transparency, then who can, bro? At this point, what does that mean for us, man? Now I know y'all could be like, yo, he could be a part of it. You right, he could be. Still don't make me feel any better. It don't. Not hearing that out of an astronaut's mouth.
The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission just confirmed that John Ferguson is right. They are looking for missing nuclear radiation material from a train. And here is that report citing that the material went missing December 2nd. Never mind that the drone started appearing over New Jersey on November 18th. Nope, that's not important, just semantics. Or the report cites that the item is less than an IAEA Category 3. Never mind that if somebody comes in contact with the item, they don't have to maintain close contact for a long period of time in order to suffer radiation poisoning. Because that's what a Category 3 level of radioactive material means. And never mind that item is a piece of medical equipment used in PET scans. Never mind that we have a nuclear emergency support team to react to real nuclear events. Never mind that the Department of Homeland Security has a whole list of teams to tap in case we need to look for an actual nuclear threat. Never mind that the Department of Homeland Security has 56,000 radiation detection centers deployed throughout the United States in all of our major metropolitan areas and are tied to all of our state and local police forces. Instead, we'll deploy drones under the cover of darkness equipped with highly sensitive radiation detection equipment where the willfully ignorant will confidently state with their whole chest that the reason why these sensors have to be deployed at night is because they can't account for the sun's radiation, despite the fact that they are calibrated to account for the sun's radiation. And the reason why I know this, despite the fact that I read, was because NEST was deployed to Japan for Operation Tomodachi to respond to the earthquake in 2011 that ruptured their nuclear facility. And I happened to be there, stationed at Okinawa, Japan, in support of this operation. So if you haven't caught on by now, this is not the reason. They are not on the hunt for nuclear material. Stop falling for the BS conspiracies, and instead, Google this. You might be interested on what you find.
You make a lot of sense, and at the same time, You just pretty much confirmed that they are lying to us. Yes. He just all but confirmed that they are lying to us, bro. And they're just seeing what we're going to grasp and hold on to, which lie we're going to accept. We're not. We are not. Sorry. We're here to stay. We're going to figure it out. No, we're not going to accept just anything, even though that one was very compelling, because you had me worried for a minute about radioactive whatever out there and y'all searching for it and not telling anybody, bro. Yes, that will cause panic. I was worried.
The New Jersey drone mystery has been solved, at least in large part. Similar swarms spotted over Langley Air Force Base last December. And that culprit seems to be NASA. The U.S. Transportation Command, Air Mobility Command, the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park announced the establishment of a testing corridor.
Of course, when in doubt, blame NASA. They won't respond anyway, so they are perfect to blame. At this point, man, the narratives are coming in so fast, it's no possible way we can tend to them all. They're coming in too fast, too hot, bro. It's a lot of narratives at this point, man. We should have known this one was coming, though. Blame NASA.
Between Delaware and New Jersey for a long list of military, commercial, and academic drone technologies.
It's just NASA. Those drones in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, it's just NASA doing a mission. You can Google it. If you look up Advanced Air Mobility Mission from NASA, you'll get all the information you need, what these drones are flying around. They're not looking for any kind of nuclear warhead or anything like that. Social media loves to hype people up and scare people, but if you really do your digging and do your research, you'll find out that it's nothing more than just NASA doing some missions for the future. Maybe for some like alien landing strips. Who knows? But let's move on to the next big social media thing. I'm over this one.
Well, if this is NASA and their goal and objective was to expose our infrastructure, our security, and different things like that, bro, it succeeded. We looked horrible. We got caught with our pants down. We got caught flat-footed. However you want to say it, we got caught, bro. Like on some Chris Hansen type caught, bro. We were caught. They were we handled this horribly. So if we're gonna run with that narrative, just know we sucked. This was done horribly.
Afghanistan and India. Discovery also moving into sunrise.
I would like for you to explain what smart dust is.
Smart dust refers to tiny wireless sensors that can detect things like light, temperature, chemicals, or vibrations. These tiny devices can be spread over an area to collect data and communicate wirelessly. It's like having a network of microscopic sensors providing real-time information. Anything specific you'd like to know more about?
Does smart dust get in your lungs?
It's possible. Since smart dust particles are extremely small, there's a concern they could be inhaled. Researchers are working on making them safe and ensuring they don't pose health risks. Would you like to know more about how they're designed?
Yes.
Smart dust devices are designed to be very tiny, often the size of a grain of sand or even smaller. They're typically made using micro-electromechanical systems, MEMS technology, which allows them to have sensors, communication capabilities, and sometimes even power sources. The goal is to keep them small but functional, and researchers also work on making materials that are biocompatible or biodegradable to reduce health risks. Is there anything else you'd like to know about?
Let's clear up some fake news. So many of you are saying that Kamala and Biden are at the White House for an emergency, and I have not seen that in the mainstream media. Also, people are shocked by the size of these things. If you haven't seen one, it will surprise you to know that they're the size of a mid-size vehicle to like an SUV. Also, one very credible person, and I saw a TikTok on this in addition, have said that NASA shut down their live stream of the world. It was a recorded loop. So there you can go on there and like look at the Earth, and it was shut down. Their live feed. This is all like stuff that I'm learning for the test, and like just so I can like pass the test, and I'll never remember any of this tomorrow. Like honestly, this whole thing is us speaking a new language. Just like remember the word corona, remember the word COVID-19, then remember PPE. Like now the language we're talking in, we say drone, plasmoid, and orb every day. What? And I'll reiterate that I've been told that the reason they are out at night is because the Earth's surface cools. So buildings and cars, I guess, and structures, they're warm in comparison. There's a contrast, and that during the day, that any like radiation or anything like that won't be detected as easily during the day because of at night there's a greater contrast. During the day you have the sunlight, daylight, and at night there's a greater contrast to find something. This makes sense, which is crazy. Let's clear up some things.
Okay, but nobody's addressing the orbs. Everybody's addressing the drones, and they have a reason or a theory about why have we just totally forgotten about the orbs, the plasmoid orbs. Like, what about those? They ain't got one yet for that one, huh? They're still trying to figure out a narrative that they can sling at us for that one, huh? They got these drones. They've sent several out there for the drones, but the orbs, not so much. Hard to explain those, huh?
That is so weird. That's not a plane.
And that one's taking off. These guys getting out of town. Really, and look, we got another one coming from the same direction. Yep. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, I mean, the air base is way in that direction, so you know. I don't think that they took off. I don't know if that's just, you know, what happens. I think he's out of town. Side where
man, y'all wake me when they do whatever it is they're gonna do, bro. Because at this point, I don't want to be awake for it. That's how I'm taking a page out of Queen Book. Anytime she thinks something about to happen, she be like, let me just go to sleep. Y'all just wake me when it's over. And we always give her flack about it. But I get it now. Yeah. Wake me when they do whatever it is they're doing or gonna do, and it's happened, and it's catastrophic, and everything is whatever. Wake me up then.
Life on Mars, huh? Can't be real, right? Must be losing my mind, I'm sure. Tell me why we've known about it. And when I say we, I mean the CIA. Since 1984. Probably sooner than that. It's all a lie, you guys. It's literally a lie. Everything that we thought we knew, all the people that we thought were keeping us safe, all the people that have been paid and entrusted to develop laws and keep our community safe and our people safe, have just been lying to us since like the dawn of time. This is exhausting. This is truly and honestly fucking exhausting. This is accomplished through astral projection. Fifth dimension traveling. And as you can see, very specific coordinates were provided. So obviously, this was not the first time, because how would they know what those coordinates are? That simulation theory is really starting to feel like maybe it's true. What the fuck are we doing? Happy Saturday. Enjoy.
Yep, somebody hit the expose button in our simulation, bro. And that expose button is exposing everything and everyone. It's happening, bro. It's happening, fam. There's no going back. When those gentlemen sat before Congress, bro, maybe they hit the expose button and now everything is out of whack. We don't know what to do. We don't know what we're seeing. Like, we know they're lying, though. That's for sure. But they hit that expose button.
Welcome back. As unexplained drones leave millions on edge across the country, one former defense official recently issued this warning about the government's secrecy around UFOs.
Excessive secrecy has led to grave misdeeds against loyal civil servants, military personnel, and the public, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos. If we approach the UAP topic in the same way as we as Americans have met other challenges, we can restore our faith in our government institutions. I believe that we as Americans can handle the truth, and I also believe the world deserves the truth.
Yes, we can handle the truth, and yes, we deserve the truth. Don't tell us we can't handle the truth. We can. I'm an adult. I'm grown. I pay bills, taxes. You can't make those decisions for me.
Yeah, Fox News contributor and former Special Operations Intel analyst and drone expert Brett Velkovitz joins us now. Brett, thank you for your service. Thanks for joining us. We listen to that, and he's talking about extraterrestrial, but we really don't have to go outside of our stratosphere to see our government being very secretive and not very trustworthy. I'm looking at the timeline here on these drones, and you have Mayorkas at DHS briefing and saying no big deal. You have Admiral Kirby saying it. These are people who lied to our faces about the border and about the Chinese spy balloon. If that's the credibility and you're saying there's nothing to worry about here, that makes me think there's something to worry about here.
Yeah, that's the issue, is they've destroyed the credibility with the American people. And look, I want to believe there's some other form of life out there just like the rest of us. And I do have a real curiosity about what's up on our stars, but I'm also pragmatic about it and realistic. And to say there's some alleged secret government group that for decades has been covering up evidence of aliens and hiding UFOs in their possession seems a little far-fetched to me. I just, frankly...
Oh, so he's never heard of Project Bluebeam, I guess. It's still some people out there that are just, I don't know if they're playing dumb or they're just completely naive or they just refuse to travel down that rabbit hole in fear of what they may come across and expose. But come on, bro. Like, in one breath, you're saying our trust is shot, we've been lied to, but in the next breath, you're saying that it's no program out there. There's been documented programs that they've talked about, bro. What do you mean?
I don't think the current government is smart enough to do that. But, and then these sources are always some whistleblowers allegedly too afraid to come forward. What would be the incentive of that? And also, why does no one ever seem to be able to show me clear photos of these UFOs? And that was one of the issues with these recent drone sightings is the more people across the country who sent me photos of these drones, the more I started to understand many things in the sky are being misidentified. People are finally starting to look up. They're wondering what's up there now. And they're seeing a lot of things that they don't recognize. And it's not their fault. The problem is our government hasn't done a good job protecting us from modern day threats by explaining what is regularly above us and what threats we're going to face at home sooner than later. And Joey, the rapid innovation right now of lethal drone technology over the years due to ongoing wars overseas has forever changed the ways wars are going to be fought. In Ukraine, for instance, an estimated 70 to 80% of the daily attacks that take place on the front lines are conducted with drones. You've got even North Korean soldiers who have entered the fight recently being taken out left and right by these kamikaze handheld drones. And frankly, we're not ready for this. Our military is not prepared for that style of fight. We've put too much money in the wrong thing. And there's just a lot of arrogance on our current government administration that thinks they've got it all figured out. But we're never going to fight another war without drones. And our adversaries, they surely get it. I mean, there was a Chinese defense contractor who just signed an agreement for over 1 million handheld kamikaze drones to be produced for the Chinese government before 2026. That scale of production doesn't exist in the U.S. They get it, but our government's not prioritizing it.
Yeah, I've done a lot of coverage here, different shows.
Oh, we know we can't do nothing like that. We see that right now. We see that, again, the infrastructure is bad. We see that. We clearly know that now. If there was any doubt, please, y'all wipe that out.
On Fox about drones because I have friends in that industry coming from the EOD world, and it is the absolute arms race of the future. You talk about us spending money. We spend all this money on the F-35, and you can do that with a Walmart drone now. You can implement something that easy. But when we take a step back and look at what's happening, we're kind of honed in on New Jersey, but the lead up to this, I think, created a lot of the hysteria. You had, I think the first thing reported on were drones going near military bases overseas. Then you have a Chinese citizen being caught trying to get back to China after flying a drone near a military base. Then you start to have this happening in the Northeast. And I guess my question to you is, my kind of take on this is a lot of it is coming from people actually finally looking up and paying attention. But is there, within all of this, a layer of there is something specific going on that we need answers on?
We definitely need answers. And look, the recent drone sightings just frankly showed how vulnerable we are as a nation and that we are no longer in control of our airspace. And the government's lack of adequate response just made matters worse. But I understand why they were like that, frankly. It's because they were caught off guard that how little they even knew themselves, because we don't have the systems in place at the federal and state levels to monitor, identify, disrupt these rogue drone threats. And my concern is our government's just going to wait until somebody dies to do anything. And that's not acceptable. That's because the U.S. doesn't have a clear government-wide policy on how to deal with unauthorized drone incursions. It's a national security threat. All the agencies like to say it's someone else's issue, but we know where the bottleneck is as the drone community. It's the FBI's drone department. It's the FAA's UAS office. These are the two most important offices for domestic drone defense, yet they don't even know how to properly mitigate these threats, and they definitely don't possess the widespread technology across the U.S. to stop it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, but they're going to stop making it sound like we're dumb Americans. Oh, we just don't look up when we go out. Bruh, stop it. Stop it. Not only did we look up and notice them first, we were able to differentiate between what was a drone and what was a plane. And then what was a UAP or like stop making us feel like we're dumb. No, it's not the case, bro. We was able to expose their lies, and a lot more people are doing so. So, I'm not rocking with that narrative. We're going to stop pushing that narrative.
We'll say 9/11 happened because government agencies didn't talk to each other. Let's pray that's not the problem here. But you're an expert, and you're getting in on this. You're part of a Fox Nation special, Close Encounters of the Drone Kind. It's streaming now. Let's listen.
One theory that got some traction was that the U.S. government had dispatched the drones, or perhaps a Pentagon training exercise for the U.S. military.
I find it hard to believe that there's some super secret project in the works, especially because I used to work on a lot of these projects. I used to test our own military's defenses with drone technology.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So what about Immaculate Constellation? Wasn't that what it was? My memory's bad. Y'all know my memory bad, but I think it is. Immaculate Constellation that they were talking about before Congress. What about that program that was discovered? That they kept under wraps. And then when people did find out about it, they were being put on a list and different things were happening. Okay. So you're sitting here saying there's no secret programs. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
You can watch Close Encounters of the Drone Kind now on Fox Nation. I'm going to watch it today. Brett, thank you so much for joining us.